Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your two hosts, Trey and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Y'all know who it is. It's your favorite two Aries. We are back, your unapologetic boys, and your favorite two North Carolinians. Got to add that in there. It's been a long time. 2 weeks? It's been about 2-3 weeks? Something like that. Yeah. Hey, listen, sorry for the wait. You know, summertime, life get busy. Niggas got shit to do. We move it around. So, I mean, it is what it is. But, you know, honestly, I miss not being able to record with my nigga and just, you know, talk how we usually talk on the microphone. But, you know, like I said, things happen. But we are here. We back. So, what's good with you, Dre?
Man, I'm cooling, man. Man, my summer has kicked off. It's in high gear, man. Got both of the babies here, man. So, you know, I'm balls to the wall.
Let me get some claps to that shit.
Yeah. Man, balls to the walls. It just, man, volleyball practice, football games, camp. Daddy, I need earrings. Daddy, can I have ice cream? Things like that. Things that my heart yearns for outside of these 3 months. So I'm not going to complain. But that's what I've been on, big dog. Outside of that, bro, slow motion, slow poker, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Listen, I hear you. I got the grandbaby with me, and oh boy, whew. You know, we have our times, our days, because like I'm not gonna lie, we have our good days, we have our bad days, and like so it's just getting used to it, and like I told you before we start recording, you know, when you have someone else's child that isn't like they're being raised the way that they raise them versus how you do things or whatever else is different. And then even with that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think the last time we recorded, I was like, you know, I don't envy anybody that's, you know, has younger kids and raising them these days, because everything is so different. You know what I'm saying? Right. How you move, how you do certain things. And me not having like younger kids for a long time, like I realized like my patience and tolerance is like, oh God, like like, you know, cause and I feel like it's there, but then I feel like it's not there, because like certain times I'm like, you know, no, stop, this is what we're gonna do, and no ifs, ands, or buts. Like I don't want to hear it. Like,
of course,
it's time to stop the, you know, but you know, it's learning for me too. So
yeah, and you know what, man, I commend you. You know what I mean? I understand. Like, you know, they always say that you know, as we get older, we get set in our ways. But guess what? You got a whole new generation. You got a whole new, and it doesn't help that she looks like you. Right? I mean, it doesn't help because you're looking like, why are you like this?
I'm telling, listen, that's my girl. That's my girl, but she I'm telling you, like I'm definitely using the advantages to my advantage, far as in like, hey, do I need to cut this YouTube TV off?
Oh yeah.
Do this? Do I need to take this tablet away? Do I need to like that brings plenty of results.
Plenty
of results. That gets like shit hot. Stains start moving. You know, so I'm definitely doing that. But yeah, I mean, man, it's good. But it's a process, man. And I was thinking about this the other day. When I was I think we talked about this before. It's probably a couple years ago. When I got my vasectomy, well, a little while after that, I had met a lady and she had three girls, and she was looking to have a boy, and I think all her girls was like under the age of 9.
Mm-hmm.
I think she had like a 8, a 7, and a 2. And she was like, "Yeah, I just want to have one more. I want to have a boy." And I was looking at her like, I ain't say nothing, but I'm just like, But I told her I had a vasectomy. She was like, why would you do something like that? That makes you undateable. Blah 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 blah. You know what?
Absolutely not.
Dodge a motherfucking bullet, nigga. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, even if I was looking, well, I definitely wasn't looking, but I'm glad. That was probably one of the best decisions I made, dog. Yeah, but let's get to the sports, my man.
Do it.
What we do? Here we go. Listen, y'all, we sharpening back up. It's been 2-3 weeks, so you know we ain't gonna talk about much. We shoot from the hip because a lot of this shit is old. Sports, we gonna keep it like today. Um, NBA finals.
Yes.
We have the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. Oklahoma City is up 3-2.
Yes.
Game 6 is tomorrow.
Closeout is tomorrow. I said
Closeout.
I said in the beginning of the series or beginning of the finals, I felt like OKC was going to win 4-2. And I'm not going to steer away from it, man. I think we've seen the best that Indiana has to offer. The MVP will get him a ring as well, man. I think it's really that simple. OKC is the better team. OKC has more talent. Does Indiana have more grit? Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
But grit doesn't win in today's NBA.
They don't beat talent in the other. For probably the first 3 to 4 games, I say maybe 3.5. I think Indiana's coach, Rick Carlisle, was probably the MVP of all this shit. The way he was coaching.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I don't think Indiana has a team to compete with OKC like they are. But the coaching moves that Rick Carlisle was making made this series more than what it was. And then the bottom fell out. Well, we saw what happened in game in the fourth quarter game 4.
Right.
Shea did his thing, took over. Then game 5, I think Rick Carlisle kind of, I'm not gonna, his coaching, that shit took a turn for the worse. Deciding to listen, Jalen Williams should never be played the way he was played. Never. I understand you got Shea on the court, but Jalen Williams, you can't let him bring the ball up with a full head of steam.
Right.
Oh man, like listen, that's how he ended up having 40.
Yeah.
You can't let him bring the ball up like that, full head of steam. We've seen what he can do and what he does. And the it's mismatches all over the floor playing OKC.
Absolutely.
It's mismatches all over the floor. So I mean, when you got Aaron Wiggins coming in scoring 15 to 20 points a game, Kendrick Williams coming in locking down Siakam.
Didn't see that. Did not have that on my bingo card.
Yeah, me neither. Kendrick Williams coming in locking down Siakam. Kendrick Williams probably when the last, I don't know when we saw him on the court. I think the last time I saw him on the court was when LeBron hit that jumper to break the all-time scoring record. Yeah. That's the last time I remember hearing Kendrick Williams' name called. But anyway, yeah, him coming off the bench to lock down Siakam. And I mean, is OKC just it was a slow burn, but they figured it out. Like you said, that grit for Indiana got them those 2 games.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Definitely, that grit got them the 2 games. But after a while, that the talent and whatever OKC got is slow. It's like a cobra. They choking them out. And I'm with you. Tomorrow's a closeout.
Yeah, it's it.
Tomorrow's a closeout. Because honestly, I don't know what you do from here. I don't know what you do from here. Because he said we're gonna pencil Shea in for 36. That's what he said. We're gonna pencil Shea in for 36. We got to make sure everybody else, we try to limit everybody else. Well, guess what? You gonna play Jalen Williams the way you playing him. He gonna get 40.
Yeah.
And we not gonna bank on TJ McConnell having the same impact in game 6 that he had in game 5.
Right.
He gonna come off the bench and he gonna give you what he give you. He gonna give you some energy, some hustle plays. But do I expect him to? Well, he had 18 in last game in the third quarter, something
Yeah.
like that. The nigga went off for 18 points in the third quarter, something like that. Like, yeah, I don't expect. But anyway, I'm with you. Game 6 is a closeout game. I saw a lot of people talking about OKC had the easy road to the championship. They said that last year about Boston. I'm not subscribing to that at all. What they said Steph was hurt. That's why they ended up facing Minnesota, but I think Minnesota would beat Golden State anyway. Um Tyrese is hurt. They said Aaron Gordon was dealing with injuries in the Denver series. OKC was going. They were going to win these games. They were going to win these games.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like Herm Edwards say, you play to win the game. You play who's in front of you. Injuries happen. At this time of the year, as they say, everybody's dealing with injuries here and there.
Right. Yeah. Everybody's beat up, man. Everybody's beat up.
Beat up. I really don't have nothing else about sports to talk about. Um, not unless you do.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't.
Shout out to the DC Defenders for winning. Shout out to the DC Defenders and bringing home the chip to the nation's capital, man. You got to show them boys love, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you.
All right. Well, while we doing that, shout out to the Florida Panthers for winning the NHL Stanley Cup.
Okay.
You know what? It was probably about 3 weeks ago. I was like, when the Hurricanes got into the Eastern Conference Finals.
Oh, they kept being scuffed.
I said, you know what? I might have to go to a game if they continue on. And next thing I know, it was belt to ass every game. What they went down 4-1 in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Listen, dog. Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you this for free. I was so happy. Like, let's be clear. The Canes, bro. If you follow the semifinals, whomever they're playing the semifinals, they're gonna run through whomever they're playing.
Oh my, yeah.
Like a buzz saw. You hear me? They gonna run through shit. They played Ovechkin in the Capitals up here. Ran through their ass. When I saw they were playing the Panthers, I said, "Oh no." Oh no. But it's okay. Some things they gotta make some things happen in the front office, man. They have the squad. They have a solid squad. It's just
yeah.
I mean, they lost to the champions. I mean, what you want to say?
Yeah,
got scuffed up.
It is. Tar Heels baseball, college baseball, world. Listen, they had a great season.
Yeah.
Then got into the tournament, and I don't know, the bottom fell out. Oh my God, I don't know. I
Ran,
don't.
ran out of gas, I guess.
And then got them. Well, it's projected to have the most first round picks ever in baseball. Like the squad, the team will be completely wiped out.
Yeah,
But
yeah. They went to bed. Yeah, they went to bed.
Jesus, I was ready to talk shit too because I'm like I'm watching the game. I'm like, because we won game one,
Yep.
lost game two, and then game three. I don't know what the fuck happened, but whatever. Um,
Yeah, man.
to move on. All right, we coming off Father's Day.
Yeah.
How was your Father's Day?
You know
And and,
what?
and before you go, Happy Father's Day to all the fathers that are listening. It's late, but we would have gave that Father's Day out, had we recorded earlier, but it's better late than never because as fathers, we kind of I'm not gonna say kind of, we always get the short end of the stick, but
Yeah.
supposedly that's what comes with the territory.
Nah. And
Supposedly.
my Father's Day was cool, man. I got
Mhm.
an opportunity to kick it. Obviously I got both of my children here with me. Went kicked it with my step pops for a little bit, right? Like rocked out with him, went out and about, man. Um, got treated to some food, bro. Like, man, my heart was full, though.
Mhm.
So I had a pretty good Father's Day.
Okay. Um, I, I honestly, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be transparent. I don't know how to feel about my Father's Day.
Oh
Let me.
shit.
I'm gonna get. I'm
Okay.
gonna get. All
Okay.
right, let me get
Okay.
into it. All right. So this past weekend I went me and Luna we went to Fayetteville. To spend the weekend with my mom. Um, Father's Day, woke up. Of course the love is there. From everybody. Of course, anytime I'm at home, my mom gonna put me to work. So I'm like, I'm leaving today, but before I leave, what else we need to get done around here? Um, got everything done, get on the road, talk to Shania. Shania gave me some Father's Day love, sent me a text, and we talked and everything, got everything good. But the interesting thing was I didn't talk to Passion. So on the way back, Luna is on the talking to her dad on the tablet, you know, and Passion is there.
Okay.
So, you know, we get back here, get settled, everything chilling. Once I get done, I had already talked, me and you talked. Of course, I had the time, while I'm, on the road and got here to respond to all the Father's Day texts, DMs and everything. I hit Luna's dad up, let him know, hey, happy Father's Day, blah 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 blah. Hey, glad that you stepped in, and took the responsibility. Matter of fact, let me I'm gonna read the text to you. Let me do that. Let me read the text message. So I sent him a text message that said, thank you so well, hold on. I just want to take this time out to thank you for all that you do for my daughter and my grandkids. A lot of times as men, our sacrifices and feelings go unnoticed, but hopefully today you were celebrated and loved. Happy Father's Day.
Hmm.
Right? And he responded, and then a little while later, I looked at the phone, see he responded, and I asked him how his passion doing because I haven't heard from her. Haven't heard from my daughter, my oldest baby on Father's Day, right? So I'm like, let me make sure my girl all right. First of all, I ain't gonna put no pressure on nobody. Make sure my girl is all right. So he hold on. TJ. Yeah. He responded and said, she's doing good. We both told Luna to tell you happy Father's Day. We both told Luna to tell you happy Father's Day. So you relaying a Happy Father's Day message through a 6-year-old.
Okay, we'll keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah. But I guess she didn't deliver it. So so I didn't even respond to it. Probably about 11 o'clock that night, Father's Day, passion, text me, "Hey Dad, Happy Father's Day. I told Luna to tell you I said Happy Father's Day, blah 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 blah. Blah. We're not gonna go through all the rest of the shit, right?
I told Luna to tell you I said Happy Father's Day.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not I'm not worried about the young boy. It's more so
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely,
all right. That's
absolutely.
understood and
So,
needs to be said.
so
Okay. Okay.
was I a little? I'm not gonna lie. What was I a little in my feelings about it?
Of course you were.
Absolutely. Because I know on Mother's Day, you definitely took the time out to tell your mother whatever else, and the history. Luna has
Yeah,
been
yeah,
not Luna, but Passion has been with me,
yeah.
um, full custody, everything else, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. You know what I'm saying? But even and we having a whole conversation within itself right now, especially on this Father's Day shit. You know, when I look around and I hear, see all these other guys talking about their Father's Day experiences, the good, the bad. Father's Day is kind of the day that is kind of like, it's kind of on the back shelf. You're gonna get celebrated, or it can go the complete other way. You know what I'm saying? And make no mistake, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. I came home, had a good Father's Day dinner. I got celebrated when I got home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, um, when it's your kids that you fathered,
Yeah.
it's kind of a different story. You know what I'm saying? Because even when Passion was with me, she's staying with me, full custody. I make sure, hey, look, make sure you reach out to your mom. Today Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, it is what it is. I I'm not gonna say my Father's Day was bad, but that did rub me the wrong way for it to be relied upon my 6-year-old granddaughter to wish me a happy Father's Day from my child.
I get it.
I mean, hey, if I'm wrong, say I'm wrong, correct me.
No, I get it. No,
You
nigga, your feelings gonna always be valid, nigga. But
know?
I'm never gonna tell you wrong about your motherfucking feelings.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah, I'm never gonna do that.
Yeah, but sometimes, we can have these feelings about certain things, and you know how me and you give it up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be 100. You know, look, Reg, Dre, hey, look, you might be a little emotional or taking a little overboard on this one. Like it,
well,
but
again,
this one
nah, that's an
but yeah,
emotion. No, because that's an emotional time, right?
right.
Given the fact, like at the end of the day, given the fact you said a bunch of things, right? So let's unpack it, right? And we don't got to stay on it long because we got
Hmm.
to talk about. But let's just be clear, right? Like for one, you started your statement with we already know that Father's Day is not celebrated or is unappreciated. You started with that,
Right.
right? So that notion is already in your mind. Not
Hmm.
saying that you're wrong. It's
Yeah.
just
Okay.
so let's start with that. You already knew that. You woke up with that in
Hmm.
your mind, in your heart,
Hmm.
right? Then
Yeah.
you do the noble thing, the right thing, as far as the young man who is, you know, supposed to be providing for your daughter and for your granddaughter. You did the noble thing and you reached out to him.
Hmm.
His response was, well, we told Luna to let you know.
Hmm.
And that, it might not have been like, I don't want it to sound malicious,
Yeah.
but I'm just stating facts.
Yeah.
It's a storyline, timeline,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then not only did that not happen, which is okay, it's a 6-year-old, whatever the case.
Right.
Then you hear from your kid, your firstborn, at 11 something at night. Hey, happy Father's Day. I told Luna to let you know, yada, 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 yada. Right. So, no, your feelings are valid, my dog.
Yeah.
Because you're a human being too. You're a dad. And one thing about it is, people go flip flop and they go back and forth. But no, my dog, okay, we're men. We're supposed to be tough. We're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be resilient. We're supposed to be all these things. But guess what? You're a human first. You have feelings first. So I understand.
Yeah.
I don't know what just happened, sir.
No, we good. We live. We still good.
Oh,
Yeah. I
okay.
don't know, yeah.
Yeah. So no, your feelings are valid, dog. I'm never gonna tell you you're wrong for feeling the way you feel, dog. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah. You know, and you know, I got a good person in my life right now, and you know, we talk about these things, you know, here and there, off and on, and it's like it's you know, I feel loved and you know, cherished and all those other things,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, the simple matter of the fact, like it is what it is. Like as the man, we are expected to, you know,
We
take
are
what we're given.
expected to.
You know,
Yeah, we're
take
supposed to
what
go
we're
against that.
given.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
and even when, you know, because when I was scrolling on down the timeline on Facebook and looking at things, you know, I passed so many posts that women was posting, like, look at all these men complaining on Father's Day about this and that, and they didn't get the love that blah 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 blah, or this or that, blah 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 blah. You know what? This is one that I really wanted to comment on, but I didn't even say nothing on. You know what? No wonder why Pride Month is in the same month for Father's Month, because look at all these punks complaining about da 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 da. And I'm just looking at this shit like, damn, like, you know. And then I come to the video of the nigga jumping off the bridge, R.I.P. Bless, like, you know what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like, I mean,
I'm not gonna do no
niggas ain't
type of.
supposed to have
I ain't.
feelings and feel a
I,
certain way, and you know what I'm saying. Like, where we at?
well, I don't. I'm not. I've never thought into um the correlation between the two, like Pride Month and like I've never
Me either.
because no, like that doesn't even make sense because before there was a Pride Day or
Mhm.
Pride Month, there's been
Yeah,
a Father's Day, so I'm not
yeah,
even
this shit is
going
all
to.
new.
Yeah, I'm not going to feed
Father's
into
Day
that.
been here forever.
Yeah, I'm not going to feed into that. I'm not going to feed into that. Again, I think people have their own thoughts and their own feelings about what Father's Day is supposed to look like, and
Yeah, nigga, hey, be happy with these socks and ties and get on the grill.
yo, I keep, you know what, man? But I think we talked about it last time we talked, man. I enjoyed the socks, man.
Yeah,
I
me
do,
too. You know
I
what?
do.
You know
But
what?
we are
Right.
sneakerheads,
Right.
so the socks
Yeah.
are important.
Yeah. You are absolutely right.
And we are OG sneakerheads,
And when we was talking, like, I just said it, just putting it out there for men in general, and ended up with some Nike socks.
man. And I
Like,
bet you
like
enjoy it,
I wasn't speaking exactly to nobody in general, but you know, shout out. But
I love it.
yeah. Um. All right, man. To move off of that, we missed so much. What I got up here? Tori and Meg. Nope. Offset requests spousal support. Mm, what's your thoughts on that? We can breeze through.
What about thoughts? All right, so okay.
Now, hold on. Well, so let's start with this. Because you got two variables. If your money, if your lady is the breadwinner, right?
Okay.
But you were the offender in the case. Like the reason why the divorces happen is because you fucked around. Is it valid to ask for spousal support?
I mean, by the law,
But yeah, by the law, we know by the law. And so let's do both. Let's do both by the law and the other side too.
lawfully, I
Yeah.
mean, sure. If that's what you, oh, that's what you need. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. But I mean, at the end of the day, let's just be honest. Like realistically, as a man, are we really asking for spousal support and you don't have the children?
Right. All right, so let's talk real. I I know you,
Yeah,
and I know you're not gonna ask for nothing.
yeah. No, I ain't doing all that.
Even if they making more than you, you're
I
not gonna
ain't doing all
ask for
that.
nothing. You know what I'm saying?
And Shonda makes more than me.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, but she got the
Yeah,
cousin part too.
but even if when I got him,
Yeah, yeah. So, um, but so with that being said, if it's if the lawyer says, "Hey, you know what? We looking at this for child support," and you feel like, "Hey, that shit about to put me in a hole." And granted, we know that whatever he's asking for, Offset in general, it's not gonna put him in a hole. So I feel like that shit was like a counterbalance to whatever she was asking for child support. He said, "You know what? I need some spousal support."
I think he was just being petty, bro.
It's being petty, but at the same time, let me ask you this question now. So if you, so Cardi was Cardi, right? But if you are the nigga that put her on to QC, which from the time she got to QC, her career trampoline from that, do you want a piece of that?
I can see why he would want to, but um I don't know if that has anything to do with the spousal support.
No, definitely not. But
I think when it comes down to it, if you were going to if you were if her career springboarded off of whatever it is that
your connections and ties.
yeah, well then you need to have that in the paperwork in the contracts in the like right. It should have never got to this point. Business is still business.
Business is business. And you're right. It should never get to that point. But they not putting that in any kind of agreement
Why
before
not?
they get married.
Why not?
I don't. That's a good question. That's a good question. That's a good question.
Because if we talk a big money,
Yeah.
if we talk a big money, you can be my woman, or you be my woman, you can be the love of my life. But
Hmm.
if I'm carrying the load on different shit, and we're talking about I'm talking about from an entertainment standpoint.
Hmm.
Because again, I'm just thinking about how I would be if I was in that mode. And maybe he looking at it like, yo, that's this old lady. Like, we don't need to do all that. That's gonna be my woman forever. This, that, third, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But I think looking at it from my standpoint and being here in this little, you know, condo or whatever you want to call it,
Uh-huh.
I think the paperwork and the business aspect of it has to be at the forefront.
Could it be a situation of, you know what? She's hot. She might even be fish grease hot, but she ain't gonna get to the level that she is at now or the level that she got with that first album. Because I want to say at the time, Migos was probably the hottest thing moving. So if you on top of the world, right, and you got this woman, she got the sound, she got whatever, but you don't think that she's going to get to the level that Cardi actually got to.
Hmm.
Uh, is all that still in play?
Again, bro, like sitting in this seat, man, I'ma say, bro, the business is the business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when it's love involved, I can't speak on what them guys are doing.
Yeah.
So I've never been in that seat. I don't know, but I know what I think I would do. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think, especially like you said, especially with the Migos being on fire.
Nigga, they was on top of the
No,
world.
I need
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Anything you get off the tree branches and
No,
limbs
I'm
that
gonna make sure you solid,
if
but mm,
I get you this deal on QC, I'm on QC.
if I'm
Hottest
writing,
thing moving, I need a percentage.
if I'm writing these rhymes, if I
Okay. Mm. It's hey, listen, it's a dirty game. It's a dirty game with them. And not just with them, but just from what we've seen and what we hear about, just the music business in general, and how they move around. Like
right.
because you got the 360 deals, you got this, you got that. So my publishing, me writing these lyrics for you, am I credited? Um, Nigga, listen, party should be one of the richest niggas out in the industry right now.
I bet party eyed.
Party is good.
I bet you party eyed.
Party, Yachty, Party and Yachty for sure. Yachty wrote so many City Girls and Meg The Stallions and
I
uh,
promise you he eyed.
oh my God. Listen. Um, what we have else? Kobe's wife. So there was a rumor that Kobe's wife was pregnant.
Not so.
Yeah, not so. But when that came out, the internet went crazy.
Of course it did.
I.e., how could she do this? Blah 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 blah. Like she's not supposed to move on after the death of a spouse.
Okay.
I don't see a problem with it. Are you supposed to, whatever Lauren London is doing? I don't know if she's entertaining other men or if she's not. And the sentiment is that she's not. But if she was, I wouldn't see a problem with it. Um, everyone everyone longs for companionship, to be loved, to be all of that, everything that comes with companionship. So if you're not getting that, it, if she was to think that Nipsey was the soulmate and who she was supposed to be with for her life and for what to the end of time, and he got took away from her, and at some point in time she decided to move on, or Kobe's wife in general, and because that's what we're talking about, I don't see the issue.
I well, surface level, no, I don't see an issue. From a human aspect, no, I don't see an issue. However, I don't know what the fine print is in those contracts, those prenups, and none of that
Ooh.
stuff. I don't know none of that.
You done bought a whole nother level in it. Okay.
Well, you got to think about it.
Yeah.
When you worth that much, my dog, you can't be stupid enough. Well, you can, but I would hope that you're not stupid enough to not cross your T's and dot your I's, my man.
Okay. So if I was to marry, we're not even gonna say rich, we're gonna say wealthy woman, and she passed away and she left everything to me. under the circumstances of I'm never to get married again.
Okay.
I'm never well I I would probably
No,
never get
no,
I
I know probably.
might
Nigga,
not never get
nigga,
married again.
yeah,
But
you're not.
as Dre would say, I'm that thing is gonna get wet.
You're still a human.
But still a human, so that's why I don't see the issue with Kobe Bryant's wife.
Nigga, Stedman been in that motherfucking beach house, nigga, for 30 years, nigga. Hey,
Putting up with whatever.
hey, quietly making millions.
Mm-hmm. Nigga, we are. Do we even know what Stedman looked like?
I do.
Okay. General public. When you say Stedman, general public might not even know he's all like, what's up, nigga? What are you talking
What's
about?
his last name? The nigga
Yeah,
name is
exactly. Winfrey. I
I
might,
don't even know
we're gonna do
Cuz
that.
last
We're gonna do
name.
what's his last name.
I don't
That's
even know
the name
Cuz
of the
last
episode.
name. Is that his
Exactly.
first name? Is that his first name or his last name?
Yeah, I don't know. You got me. You got me.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah.
Shout out to Stedman, bro.
Shout out to Stedman. He on his one too. I don't, but yeah, I don't see an issue with Vanessa Bryant. Um, whether she decides to move on or if she's not moving on, if she decided to date in the put in the public spotlight, but don't
Man,
get
she's still
married.
human,
I
bro.
mean,
She's
yeah,
still human.
yeah, and
Still
you
human.
know,
All jokes aside, she's still human.
right.
Right? Like everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to, you know what I mean? Like is the Black Mamba a motherfucking staple? He ever forever be recognized as one of the greatest players ever to touch
Hmm.
basketball? Yes. But guess what? She's still a fucking human.
Right. Nigga, why do you think we get like not you and I? Because I feel like you and I, amongst the others, some others aren't on that level, but we have people that are so intertwined into these athletes, celebrities, entertainers, whoever else lives that it's almost like that stand culture. Like there's honestly, there's no one I feel like I could stand out over. Like for instance, I'll stay in the basketball realm. Jordan is my guy. If Jordan was to pass away tomorrow, I'm never gonna be like, well, let's go with somebody else. Let's go rap. J. Cole.
Okay.
Something happened to J. Cole, his wife. I would never feel like, you know what, his wife cannot be with nobody else.
I'm just not that invested.
Right.
I'm just not I'm not that invested. And I don't understand why other people are. I'm not that invested, man.
That shit is a damn sickness.
Yeah.
Gotta be. Um, Shout out to all the men. We're not gonna dive into this. This is Men Health Awareness Month. And yeah, I'll give a toast to y'all. Men Health Awareness Month. Listen, guys, get your regular checkups, colonoscopies, all that shit. Like, make sure it's too many guys that I know that has retired before me, after me, or even got out of the army before me or after me that's passing away.
Yeah.
Heart condition, um, a lot of it. There's been a couple that has self-transition for whatever reasons. Like, listen, guys, y'all got to take care of yourself. And that can branch back to, anything that we've talked about in previous episodes or even this episode, far as in the Father's Day, because there's plenty of things that make you feel a certain way. But listen, y'all gotta take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Simple and plain. It's We as men, we feel like we're invincible, certain times. Oh, we gonna be here forever, or this is we don't have to get this done. We don't have to get. They tell you at 40, that's when you should start going through all these screenings, getting
Yeah,
yourself checked out. Like, hey, take that shit serious. Even if you feel like you're invincible, um, you can catch shit at early stages.
yeah,
So I endorse it.
yeah.
Uh, the big three. Let's talk about the big three real quick. I saw the clip. Dwight Howard and Lance Stevenson. No. Michael Beasley going at it, right?
Mike Beasley.
Mike Beasley, and then you had Lance Stevenson and Jordan Crawford, if
Mm,
I'm not mistaken. And then you had the bigger issue, Steven Jackson stepping in the middle of everything
mhm.
on the court and then in the locker room. So we know the big three is Ice Cube all day, every day,
Yeah,
owns it. But it feels like this season of the big three is niggas is niggering. The way shit started.
yeah.
So I I don't know, man. I don't know. From everything I saw, it rubbed me the wrong way because I know, for instance, if Lance Stevenson was in the NBA, Lance Stevenson would act a certain way, but if you're in the league right now, a lot of these niggas are afraid to be labeled that guy that, you know what, he's not going to fit on anybody's team. He's a cancer. He's this. He's that. Get him out the league. Um, so if Lance Stevenson didn't have that label, he's not going to act the same way in the NBA, i.e., Dwight Howard, Michael Beasley, Steven Jackson, whoever. But
Okay.
in the big three, it's kind of like that might be a little more leeway. So we're gonna push it to another level.
Tell me more. What you mean?
Far as in, so the on-court interactions, Steven Jackson as a coach coming out on the floor, telling niggas like, "Hey, I'm really about that life. You can Google
Yeah, I
me." And then in the
mean,
locker room, telling niggas like, "Yeah, hey, if y'all want it, like I give it to you." You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. You know what? Right. Here's the thing about that, sir. So you got tough guys in the NBA.
yeah,
You got tough guys. You got guys that they're tough with this that, and I'm not taking anything away from Stack Jack, right?
hmm
But it's been known that he will cut up and
yeah,
he'll do his one too. So do I expect anything differently from him? No, I don't.
no. Well, in the league, you might.
I'm talking about in this shit that he got going.
Well, yeah, oh yeah. This, but why should it be different when it's a black man, Ice Cube, i.e., trying to do something like this? Well, that's another subject for another day. So go ahead.
I think at the end of the day, right? Like he's especially after the Mountain of Palace, he's been crowned as a bad boy. So of
Mhm.
course, he's going to do whatever it is that he needs to do because that's a part of him making money. That's a part of his brand.
Yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
saying he a sucker by no means,
Yeah. No.
but you're a fool if you don't think that the antics that he put on didn't have something to do with his
So
brand.
you can capitalize off of it.
Come on.
He the only one capitalize off of it too, right? Because Jermaine O'Neal don't present himself as that. Well, and we knew Artest before that and after that. Artest, to me, Artest has been the only one that's been on brand.
Right.
Yeah. I just didn't like the optics of it at all. And the Ice Cube part in it because I've never been to a big three game tournament, anything, but I do feel like it's something for the guys that didn't make the league or the guys that are not in the league that was in retired or whatever else to flourish and still show like, hey, I'm still like that. I'm still, you know what I'm saying? So the stuff that I've seen within the last 2 to 3, 4 days or whatever else is, you know, the type of stuff that's like, you know what? This shit might not be around that much longer if it continues on this type of trajectory.
Okay.
Um LeBron. So LeBron said this is recently, ring culture, he don't understand ring culture. Um a player like Nash, Barkley, Ewing, Stockton, Malone, whoever, should not be graded off of rings or championships, whatever else. It's weird that we're in a weird time to where players aren't looked at as whatever because of they didn't win a championship. You can't tell me that Barry Bonds isn't the greatest baseball player ever. Peyton Manning shouldn't be mentioned in the same words as Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes and blah 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 blah, blah whatever else.
Okay.
Well, I feel like the ring culture, LeBron has a big part to play in that.
Tell me more.
Um, I feel like LeBron has chased rings, regardless of whatever he's done. But I do feel like it's a ploy too to say, hey, we can look at stats to validate somebody too instead of rings, which LeBron is definitely going to have all the stats because he's got the longevity over anybody. No one has wanted to play this long, whether they could or couldn't. Um, as much as I like Peyton Manning and put him in a certain category, you can't when it comes to when it comes down to the nit and gritty, you can't put Peyton Manning in the same sentence as Tom Brady. You can't, regardless of what you want to say. When we talk about the football aspect, who did this, who did that? Peyton Manning was a better quarterback. When we
Yes, he
want
was.
to talk about numbers and all this other shit, but when we start talking about the other things, i.e., when they talk about, you know what, in this NBA thing, when we talked about the 75 greatest and we put them on the stage, there was a room that these niggas was in there talking. Mike, Magic, blah, 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 whatever else. Like, a lot of these niggas can't even talk to these niggas, can't even get the same room as them. They won championships.
Okay. That's a sweet spot for me, only because I really fuck with Peyton, man. That's my favorite
I
quarterback
do
of all
too.
time.
I
That's
do.
my favorite quarterback of all time.
Mhm.
Um, but
I would prefer him over Brady.
well, again, going off of what though? Skill set.
Quarter. If I need to, if I was looking at quarterback, a guy that, oh, that's a good one too. That's a good one too. Mm, mm, that's a good one. That's a good one. And and the thing is, I'm not a Brady guy because I don't like Brady. I never liked Brady like that.
Right.
I just felt like he was in the right situation, the right system at the right time. Mm, yeah. Mm.
About it.
Because Brady never had the strongest arm. He was never the most accurate. I feel like Peyton Manning, like accuracy is there. If I wanted a quarterback outside of outside of the mobile aspect, if you ask me to design the perfect quarterback right now, outside of like, and I didn't have to put the mobile part on it, I would say Peyton Manning.
Okay.
Peyton Manning don't have the strongest arm, but I feel like he has a strong enough arm to get the job done.
His arm stronger than Tom Brady's.
Absolutely, absolutely. And everything else, putting the rings.
Fucking rings. What is it? 2 to 5?
Who?
How many payment he got? I mean, how many Tom
Peyton
Brady
Manning
got?
got two. Brady got what, eight?
Do we?
Seven? Seven.
7.
He got one more than Mike. Seven. But and a lot of those, it wasn't because a lot of those Super Bowls, it was 17 to 15, 17 to 10. Brady didn't win he wasn't the guy. It was a defense, but he was a quarterback. So football is always the quarterback. You're gonna look at the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Trent Dilfer won you know what I'm saying? Like, what are, what are we talking about? But um I just feel like the ring the ring plays a lot into it, an aspect of the basketball thing, um, when you talk about it, because they'll always say forever, you know what? If LeBron never wins a ring from here on out, anybody that's big on Kobe is gonna say, you know what? Kobe got five. LeBron got four. Kobe's gonna be that guy. Mike got six. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna always be the thing. And people are gonna say, you know what? Well, LeBron broke the scoring record. LeBron did this. LeBron did that. So that's gonna be the argument. But I still feel like when you put them in the rooms and when you talk about rings, accomplishments, whatever else, you can put Mike, Kobe, Magic, blah 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 blah, whatever else in these same rooms. And LeBron can go in that room too. LeBron got four. Steph can go in that room too. You know what I'm saying? But as much as you may like a Shaq or AI or whoever else, are you gonna put them in the same category or the same room?
Who the same room?
A Shaq, Kobe, not a Shaq. I'm sorry, Barkley, AI, Stockton. Excuse me, Hornacek,
Hornacek.
Nash.
Wait.
Take
Hornacek.
Hornacek out. Nash.
As
Most
far as
importantly,
greatness,
AI, Nash,
as far as greatness, yes.
Malone, Barkley.
As far as greatness, yes.
Okay. As far as greatness, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to. If you know basketball,
Yeah.
if you know sports, yeah.
Yeah. Is Barry Bonds the greatest baseball player to you ever?
No.
All right. Because that's what he mentioned. He said, you can't tell me Barry Bonds ain't the greatest baseball player ever. I didn't agree with that one. Um, we're gonna skip a lot of this shit. This Lil Wayne album, how did you feel about it?
Man, I'm glad that you brung that up Man, I mean, people are trashing it. I didn't think it was a bad album. I understand that. Did he reach on some bars? Yes. Did he, did, did he did he reach on some bars? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lil Wayne that we know, he's a punchline artist.
Can you overdo it on punchlines though?
How can you overdo it on punchline artists when that has been your thing for umpteenth amount of years?
Yeah, but when
He's
it's
going to reach.
like,
He's going to reach.
okay, all right, got you.
Right? He's going to reach. He's not. He's not a storyteller.
Mm-mm.
Not like you know what I'm saying.
Would he be in your top 10?
Huh?
I said, would he be in your top 10?
Will he be in my
Yeah.
top? Yes.
Okay.
You fucking right. Yes.
By what metric? I'm just asking. I'm just
No, it's fine. No, that's fine.
mm.
Body of work.
Okay.
Um, originality.
Okay.
Those two alone.
Okay. All right.
A body of work, originality, being able to stand the test of time, bro. Relevancy. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Does it resonate with what the fuck niggas is doing today and how they're rapping? But guess what? Your favorite were the best rappers today, the best the best punchline rappers, were they doing this shit in 2003 like Lil Wayne? Because that's when the Carter came out, the first Carter, 2003,
Mm-hmm.
2004, whatever it was, that time frame. Was your favorite rapper today a punchline rapper?
Mm-hmm.
That's relevant today.
It wasn't too many then. Well, it was a lot then. It ain't too many now
today,
that's still
it's
doing it.
relevant
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. Outside of
Outside of who?
I didn't like that Lloyd Banks album too much.
I haven't listened to it. Didn't you?
I didn't. But in fairness, I don't like this Lil
outside of
Wayne.
Fabulous making mixtapes.
Yeah, and he's slow, but yeah, so for me, I didn't like the album. I didn't. But in honesty, a lot of Lil Wayne's prior stuff, and it may be that I look too much into like some of the stuff that he said. I was just like I just fucked the Martian got blue dick or some shit. I'm just like
I hear you, but
yeah,
this if you think about it, bro, are we judging this off of what rap is today,
mm-hmm.
or are we judging off of who Lil Wayne is and what he's shown us? Bro, at the end of the day, he did not go away from what he's been doing for over 20 fucking years.
So now that you say that, you got to keep him in that same pocket of he's been him and what rap is actually is today, because
as opposed to what he does,
yeah, right,
and what we love him for.
Yeah, it don't. But
he didn't go away from that. What I think is the ear, your ear has changed. And whether you want to admit it or not, and I'm not saying you per se, but I'm just saying people in as a whole, what has changed now is different.
Mm-hmm.
The nigga didn't do nothing that he hasn't done for the past 20 plus fucking years. He didn't.
Yeah.
Reggie, he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't do shit different.
He might have not, but how do you
rap has changed, but does that change who he is?
How do you feel about the production too? How do you feel about the marriage with the production?
I think the production was fine. At the end of the day, I'm simply saying I don't know what the problem is with me and what people are saying about the album is that they're saying it's Dookie, it's this, it's that. But guess what? Rap has changed, man.
You know what? I
Rap
think
has changed.
I think he married every aspect of himself into one album. So you have the Lil Wayne rap fanatics. You have the Lil Wayne singing auto-tune fanatics. You have the Lil Wayne skateboarder fanatics. You have the Lil Wayne whatever else fanatics. And so he put all of that together into one album, and it's kind of like, you know what? Every sector is like this ain't what I'm looking for. Because when you look at it, it's an album for each one of those categories. One specific album, if not more. So you for instance, you may say, you know what? I love Wayne. I like Wayne is my nigga, but you might not like a certain album that is or a mixtape that is specifically geared to the auto tune side of his
That's not my thing.
exactly. So I think this album is everything in one. It's a pot of gumbo.
Okay, so then you go back to the production. So with you saying that, you asked me a question about production. The production is A1. Going off of what you just said, the production is A1 because at the end of the day, so what he did was he appealed to each fan. He appealed to each fan based on what we love him as. Because he got gritty on some raps. He did auto-tune. He did his little singing shit. He did punchlines.
Yeah, but
so production wise, what are we talking about?
But I didn't like the production. But once you get to the point to where, you know what? For instance, let's use Cole. If I'm used to Cole doing like this is the side of Cole I like, and Cole gives me an album of
you like.
Yeah. No, well, I'm just saying in general, like
it's a difference between in general and what you like. It's a difference.
Well, yeah, what I like, because you might like something different from Cole.
That's what I'm saying. It's a difference.
But if he gives you an album of what you like, then you like, you know what?
J. Cole is never gonna give me album of what I like ever again. He's never.
Well, you say okay. You say ever again.
He's never gonna do that.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne's never gonna do that. Jay-Z's never gonna do that. They're never going to do that. Jeezy's never gonna do that. T.I.'s never gonna do that.
Well, you think it's because they reached that level, they playing the game?
Excuse me?
You think it's because they've reached to that level, or they are playing the game, in which those are probably the same thing?
I think it's the most of the things. I think I have a certain ear for what the fuck I like. I also think that they have to have an agenda on what appeals to the masses. They're artists. It makes money. They have to.
How do you feel about GNX?
Hold on.
Okay.
At the end of the day, when it boils down to it, we know plenty of rappers. We know a few rappers that if they get on their best bullshit based on what we listen to, can't nobody fuck with them.
No.
But guess what? That doesn't always appeal to the masses.
Right.
So you have to make sure it's still a business.
I think that's why I like B-side artists more these days.
That's why you like B-side artists. That's why you like B-side songs. Because B-side songs gives you the true essence of what an MC is.
Yeah.
Or what an art. That's why you like it. That's why I like it.
So
are we judging Wayne based on that? Are we holding him to a standard because we haven't heard from him in a long time?
You know,
we have an expectation of what the fuck we want to hear.
You know, I think, well, to your point, once you're a Wayne artist, you're always going to be held to a certain standard. And I think his standard might be Carter 3, right?
I think I don't know.
Carter 2, Carter 3 might be his standard.
His standard is Carter 2.
And that's why I said Carter 2, Carter 3 might be the standard.
I think his standard is Carter 2 because guess what?
Mainstream Carter 3 would be his standard.
Because Carter 1 is better than all of them.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Mm-hmm. It's better than all of them.
But mainstream Carter 3 would be the standard.
And that's wild because I would still argue that Carter 2 is the mainstream. But you are probably right.
Because 3 had Lollipop and 3 had blah blah blah. Yeah. 3 would be the mainstream standard.
You're probably right. All I'm saying is that what is it trash based on? Is it trash based on our personal beliefs? You said production. I heard you say production, but I didn't like the production too much. In my opinion,
honestly, I didn't like the features a lot either. I like Big S the Plug.
That's the best song on it.
Yeah, I like the Big S the Plug. I didn't like the what was it? The number two. I hated the Bells song. I hated that. That shit was terrible to me.
All I'm saying is, dogs, at the end of the day, he's still an artist first. Right? Like at the end of the day, he has to put out music not only that he loves, but you're a fool. We would be fools if we thought that he didn't try to cater. He didn't try to make sure that he catered to his right.
Yeah.
You and I are just two fans. You and I have a certain ear.
Yeah.
Right. But you gotta think about so many different things. How many other people are buying this shit? How many other people? What? When it comes down to the metrics, what made the most money? What sound made the most money?
You're right.
He has to take that into consideration. Otherwise, is he really an artist? He's not. You have to.
I was listening to these guys talk today. It was on a podcast. They was talking about, the music and how they deliver it, and even like the song that you like, what a song that you think is trash that somebody else might like, that song could have took them 12, 13, 14, 15, hell, 24, maybe even 2 weeks to come up with.
Or 5 minutes. Because guess what? I don't even fucking like Lollipop.
Exactly. That ain't one of
I don't even fucking like that type of shit.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like, so he had some success on that album. But for Lollipop to blow up.
Right.
A Million is not my favorite.
I don't like Miss Officer that much.
So I do like Miss Officer.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
I mean, it's cool, but I feel like I'm more of a, even with Jay-Z, I'll pull out like the biggest songs that people like of his. Probably my best Jay-Z's. I'm more of a.
So again, it's about your ear.
Yeah.
Right.
It's program because you can get programmed to like a song.
Yeah. It's about your ear. It's about what. Right. Like I don't listen to the fucking radio, so I don't know what's hot on the fucking radio. I don't know. I don't listen to no radio. Right. So again, it's about what you're into. For us, it's about what you're into, what your ear hears, and what my ear hears. Right. Like so, at the end of the day, I can pretty much tell because we partners. I can pretty much tell what the fuck you gonna be into.
Okay.
And vice versa. You understand the type of rap that I like.
Yeah.
Right. And you don't when you send me shit, you don't miss. You don't miss because you understand the type of bars that I like. You understand the type of shit that I listen to. You understand my ear.
Okay.
But everybody's not like that.
Yeah.
So while you got people talking about, again, we're talking about Lil Wayne and his latest album. Again, I don't think it's a bad album. I think it's a Lil Wayne album. I think at the end of the day, it doesn't sound, he didn't go outside of the box from what the fuck he does. So how the fuck is it so bad?
He's almost in that damned if you do, damned if you don't.
He is. It's not almost. It is. What is different from what the fuck he put out that he hasn't put out for the past 10, 12 years? What's different? Please, somebody enlighten me. What's different?
Yeah.
So why the fuck is it so bad?
The crazy thing to me is people will be heavy into a certain genre category or artist or whatever else that really ain't talking about shit. Not barring you down or whatever else. And then Lil Wayne might punchline you to death and be like, well, that shit was trash here. But I'm like, well,
That's what the fuck he does.
how was his punchlines or this or that worse than this nigga that said
That's
whatever
what
the fuck he said? Like, I
I know,
don't.
but I get what you're saying because guess what? It's about holding these MCs to a higher standard, like to different standards, right?
Mhm.
Because Boss Man D-Lo don't say shit.
Oh my God. Yeah, don't. But it might be a catchy rhythm or beat.
Meanwhile, the shit that Lil Wayne said on his latest album, I fuck with it. I thought it was an okay album. I'm not saying this is best ever, but for people to say that it's trash, I think motherfuckers are just tied up and tied into where music is today and following a trend. Again, you know me, I'ma always tell you, you know what the fuck, you know what I think as far as MCs. Guess what? A nigga that would never get his credit on the surface, Freddie Gibbs would never get his credit.
Let me add another layer into that. How much do you think of that has to do with, you know what? He's affiliated with Drake and he had an issue with the Super Bowl and whatever else. Because you know that
probably
the world is on the Kendrick high right now too.
Probably. Who knows? Who do I can't speak on that. But what I can speak on is the music. And what I can speak on is that motherfuckers is talking about this shit being trash. Bro, you're smoking crack. You're smoking dog food. Even if you thought that the punchlines were corny, your favorite rapper cannot do what Wayne did on this album. Your favorite rapper can't do it. He can't. From a punchline standpoint, your favorite rapper can't do it.
All right. To move on, you looking forward to this Clipse album tomorrow night?
Yes, I am.
Me
100%.
too. Me too.
100%.
Me too.
100%. I've been an advocate of the Clipse. I've been an advocate of well, you know, Malice is my guy. But I've been an advocate for them since I was in high school.
Yeah.
Right? Like 2001, 2002, whatever the case may be, right? I fuck with Gucci Mane, and we've talked about it. Guess what? Unapologetic Nation, please go back. Motherfucking quote me. While, you know, we from a southern state or whatever the case may be, I said it years ago. While people talk about Gucci, while people talk about Jeezy, while people talk about Tip, who both are in my top 10 as far as my favorite, top 5 as far as my favorite all time, I always go back to, at the end of the day, if we're talking quote unquote chicken talk, you cannot leave Pusha T and Clipse out of it.
You can't. Okay.
But guess what? Some of our listeners are not gonna fuck with that, Reggie. They're not gonna fuck with that.
I'm with you 100%. I'm with you 100%.
But they're not gonna fuck with it. They're gonna think about some shit. They're gonna think about grinding. And they're gonna look
that
at
might be it.
And guess what? And they're gonna look at the little girls motherfucking doing patty cake.
Yeah.
And they're not even gonna understand that them niggas was going crazy
absolutely
streetwise on that song the entire time.
Absolutely. And not just that, just the second album.
I'm just talking about that.
Yeah. Well, that in general, yeah. But yeah.
That came out 24 years ago.
When?
It came out 2001, 2002. I promise you, I know that.
Yeah. No. Quick story. I was at my first duty station. Fort Stewart. Just got home off work, and it was a motherfucker Honda Accord came through the uh uh came driving down the road through the complex. Ta ta ta. Da-doom, da-doom,
Yeah.
ta-ta. And nigga, that shit had my walls rattling in the house. I was like, what the fuck? Went outside. I'm looking around like saw this nigga hit the cul-de-sac, came back around. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Doom, da, 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 doom, doom, da, doom, ta, ta, ta. And I'm just saying, when that nigga parked where he was going out, I was like, nigga, what was that you listened to? Oh, nigga, this is mixtape, man. Da, 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 da. It was a wrap from then.
I was in 11th
What
grade when
the
that shit came out.
fuck?
I was in the 11th grade when that shit came out. And you could play that shit right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was in that fucking. I'm 40.
Yeah.
That shit came out when I was in 11th grade. I remember when I first heard it.
Yeah.
So, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't like I say all that to say this.
Mm-hmm.
The two singles that they have released have been top tier.
Yeah.
Both.
I'm with you. I'm with everything on it. I'm not digging into all the other hype of what people are saying is built off of the magazine articles about Drake and Kanye and this shit about Travis Scott. Like, I just want to hear the music. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that other shit. Like, I don't. I'm tired of hearing about Drake. I'm tired of hearing about Kendrick. Tired of hearing about I'm ready. I'm waiting on this Clipse album because I know it's gonna be rap. I want to hear that. That's what I want to hear.
Because there's some rapping ass niggas
That's
from
what I want to hear.
motherfucking Norfolk.
Like
There's some rapping
we've been
ass
talking
Virginia
about.
ass niggas.
I'm not a big Drake guy. I'm not a big Kendrick guy. We've been talking about them for the last year and a half, and everything is geared off. When Drake do something, it's about Drake. When Kendrick go on tour, here, there, it's about Drake. Like I'm ready for this Clipse album because
Yeah.
I know I'm going to hear what the fuck I need.
Yeah.
That's it. Like I can't even like outside of the niggas that me and you could talk about right now that ain't nobody else gonna know nothing about. Boldy, Larry June, Ransom, whoever else. Hell, you can throw Reason, you can throw Marcus Clay in there, you can throw uh what what's your man from Cali? Rayvon.
Rayvon.
All them in there, and niggas not gonna know about them. They gonna know about whatever is supposed to be what the world wants you to think is most important right now. Like, yeah, I'm waiting on this Clipse album. Like, I'm ready for this new shit. All right, let's jump into something else real quick, and we can close this out. So here's I'm gonna read this to you. She said, "I've been with my boyfriend for a year. We had a conversation about marriage. He brought up the tattoo of my child's father's name that's on my butt. And I said and he said I needed to cover it up before we get married. I explained that I wouldn't cover it because my child's father gave me my greatest blessing, our child. The tattoo is sentimental, so covering his name isn't an option. He gave me an ultimatum saying it was either him or the tattoo. I don't think that's fair. It's just a tattoo and it doesn't affect our relationship. He packed his bags, threw his key on the bed, and ended our relationship. To add insult to injury, he told me to ask my child's father to pay for the rent this month."
Yeah, listen, that's some clown ass shit, bro. Like at the end of the day, the way I feel like it, like if you worried about what's on this woman's body tattoo before you, after you, just that, the third, whatever. People have a past. People have like it is what it is, bro. The last thing that I'm worrying about is when I'm up in some knee deep in some motherfucking cheeks, is what is on your ass cheek or whatever the case. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I understand you put it on there. You might have some sentimental value when it comes to that, bro. I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna go the other route.
Okay.
Um, he gave you your greatest blessing, which is your child. So your child is the greatest blessing. I feel like not saying, well, I mean, and ladies, before I get into this, hey, me and Dre will tell y'all, ladies, it's your body. You can do whatever you want to do with your body.
Facts.
All right. Um, I wouldn't have a problem with the child's name. Not saying I have a problem with the guy's name, but at the same time, I've clapped cheeks to where there was a tramp stamp of another nigga's name. Uh,
Did you go limp noodle?
no, I didn't. But she wasn't my lady either. She wasn't my lady either, and nobody that I wanted to be with for the rest of my life.
Okay.
Um, you know what I'm saying? So, because in this thing they were talking about marriage. So I could see that as an issue. Like I don't want to be looking at Melvin's name for the rest of my life on your ass cheeks. Um, your greatest blessing is your child. So hey, you can get a little Antoine name tattooed on your arm or wherever, not your ass. Like I don't know. Um, I mean, I can see this guy's issue and problem with it. Um, if it's just somebody I'm hitting, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it. If I see some kind of long term future with you that we're going to be together and I'm marrying you. So when we go into marriage, we think marriage is going to be forever. Do I want to be looking at Melvin's name on your ass every time I'm hitting you from the back, for the rest of my life? Probably not. Um, the ultimate, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like whether it's man or woman, we should probably make better decisions when we are getting shit like that on our body. Um, Especially in a place like that on your ass cheeks. I mean, but it's whatever. I'm not going for it. I don't want to see mm, that ain't me. If I am seeing a future with you and it's something that I'm looking for long term, i.e. marriage or whatever else.
Okay.
And I don't believe you want to be looking at that for the rest of your life with this woman either.
No, nigga, I'm not saying I want to, nigga. Of course not. Yeah, I'm not saying I want to,
Uh-huh.
but at the end of the day, bro, it's motherfucking ink, bro. You had a past before me, my dog. Like,
Right.
shit. Like at the end of the day, outside of a nigga, the nigga do you wrong, the nigga was dead, right?
Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah.
no, no, no. You said dead? No, 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 no. He's still alive because she said once he packed this shit and left and said, "Get your baby father to pay for the rent next month."
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Alive.
Okay. Let me change it up. Let me rewind. Let me rewind. Now, if this nigga is still walking the streets, I got all right, come on now. Hold on.
The nigga be like, Dre, my name's still on your bitch's ass, nigga. What you
Nigga, nigga, I'm a see 1,000 demons. I'm gonna see 1,000 demons. Yeah. All right. All right. You got me there, bro. You got me there.
I'm not with it. I'm not.
Yeah, you got me
If
there.
if he's passed away, I can't ask her to do that. It's tough, but at the same time, it's kind of like you know what? Uh,
It's rough.
yeah, it's rough. I'm gonna lean more to the side of you know what? She probably ain't the one for me. Like if she, yeah, because we've had this conversation because it seemed like they had this conversation already. She can't get rid of it, so I, mm, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've been with plenty of women that have. Well, I'm not gonna say plenty of women because we are holy men and we don't spread our penises around like that
No, not.
everywhere.
I'm be honest with you. Not that I could think about, and that I noticed that I saw. I've never been with a woman that had another man's tattoo on name tattoo on their body that I
I,
could notice.
to count on my hand, I can think of two off bat,
Yeah,
right
I
off
don't
the
think I've ever.
top,
I don't think I've ever experienced that.
and those two were noticeable places. Anytime else, it may have not been so much.
No, I'm lying.
So
One,
is
one.
it awkward? It is kind of awkward, but
But it went on her cheeks though. It was on her like her fucking wrist or some shit. Like I
right.
don't give a
So
fuck about her
at the
wrist and shit.
time, it's kind of like I've been with a woman that had two of them. One of them had the tramp stamp nigga name like on the tramp stamp,
That's
and another
why.
one had it on a shoulder blade at the top, and I'm just like.
That's fucking wild.
So I mean, I get it, but women do the same thing. Like I got a tattoo on me. It's of some lips, and I've had plenty of women have like whose lips are those? I'm like it's a tattoo, nigga. Like I don't know. You do shit dumb, but whatever.
Right.
Um, let's go ahead and get into these unapologetic truths. Get up out of here. We actually had some good conversation. We've been on a little longer than what I expected. Um, I wanted to talk about that Wu-Tang concert, but if we talk about it next week, then we will. If not, then it'll never be talked about. But um, let me see. Let me look in this inbox. The woman, the good woman for you, or the best woman for you, knows what's best for you more times than you even know what's best for yourself. True or false?
False.
Mm.
Don't nobody know better than what I know for myself. I,
hmm
I would never believe that.
I can't say true or false. I think at times I make decisions that, well, today, I would say false. But maybe a earlier part of my life, I was making decisions off of um maybe young nigga rationality, trying to be something that, I probably shouldn't have been far as in floss and fresh, fly, whatever else, you know what I'm saying? Like you and I said, we done been there, done that, fucked up more money than we could even, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, but yeah, today I would say false. Earlier lives, maybe I would say true. Um, all right, you had an argument or disagreement with your partner. She says, "You know what? I think you just need to sleep on the couch tonight." How do you reply?
I ain't sleeping on no couch unless I fucking feel
No,
like it. Unless
sirree.
I feel like it.
No, sirree.
Yeah, I ain't doing
Nope.
it, bro.
No. We'll just be two mad motherfuckers in this bed.
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Unless I feel like it, nah,
Unless I fall asleep out there watching the game or something.
I ain't doing it.
That's yeah. I'm not. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sleeping on nobody's sofa unless it's voluntarily. Yeah, we're not doing that. Mm. Does having different music tastes affect the relationship for you? If so, how?
It just all depends. Like if we're in the same space together, yeah, I don't think it's not a deal breaker, right?
hmm
You just you gotta understand that everybody's ear is different. You know, we already talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
Um, you like what you like, I like what I like, and we're just gonna leave it at that. Like I'm gonna try to um come into your realm and listen
hmm
to what you listen to and try to hear why you think that this music is so influential and so important, but I just ask the same return.
Absolutely. I'm with you 100%. I agree with you. I'm never anti anything. I can get down with the ratchet shit here and there, listen to it. I can't OD on it though. Like we not gonna OD on it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else. But on the flip side, and you might be able to speak on this and attest to this as well. It may have been a little more attractive when a woman caught a nice punchline or a bar and was like, "Nigga, you heard that shit?"
Yeah. I've
It's definitely not a deal breaker though. Yeah.
I've been through that, right? Like at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, when it comes down to bars and people saying shit and things like that, like I put people on, I put women on to Conway, I
Mm-hmm.
put women on to Freddie Gibbs, I put women on to Ransom, and I may have to play it back to it. You know what? Surprisingly, and I'm gonna say this, and I'll leave it alone, and we can close out. Do you know who the one rapper that I listen to that women be like, oh my, oh, in the past and present have been like, oh my God, this nigga is out of here. You would never guess. You would never guess.
I'm gonna go.
But
You know what?
when I tell you, you're gonna be like, okay,
I'm gonna throw a take a shot in the dark.
okay,
Because it's somebody that I have got that reaction from. I say Joe Budden.
nope,
Okay.
Los,
Fab?
Los,
Oh, okay. King Los.
King Los,
Okay. Wow. Okay. Hmm.
Los.
Okay.
Because because if you think about it, right, like when he wrapped up the Drake beat or whatever, and he had the Dark Knight,
Hmm.
Dark Knight bars or
Yeah.
whatnot, and he flipped it 3 times. He flipped those each of those damn near 2-3 times.
Hmm.
If I'm rocking with a movie buff,
Hmm.
they're like,
Mm.
what the fuck?
Mm. So that's the thing when you are with somebody and they catching every bar,
That's what
every
I'm saying.
punchline, and they looking at you like, yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah. Nigga, I just appreciate good music in general. Like it's just I don't know. Like when I was at that Wu concert, I was just like, my nigga, like this shit don't get any better than this. Like anyway, another subject for another day.
Right.
Yeah, man, I'm glad to get back on with you, man. Talk some
Yes, sir.
shit. Probably we've been on a little longer than what I wanted to expect it, but hey,
Cool.
it is what it is. That's good conversation does that, man. But we about to get up out of here, so you're gonna enjoy the babies. We'll get ready for tomorrow because I'm pretty sure they ready to power down. I
Oh,
done took
they out
listen.
of here.
I took
I'm already
look,
thinking about tomorrow.
look what I got, nigga. I done took the remote from she can't do nothing. Listen, her world probably in shambles right now, but anyway, all right, let's close it out.
Man, so shout out to you, big dog, man, for keeping this thing afloat, bro. I appreciate you being patient with me, man. I know I got a lot going on, dog. It's
It
always
was me last week.
yeah, well, and that's okay.
Uh-huh.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah, yeah.
when it comes around this time, I'm kind of in and out and whatever, just trying to get my feet back planted when it comes down to my children.
Mm-hmm.
But you never once complained, man, and for that, bro, I appreciate you, dog. I love you for that, dog. Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you for our listeners. We hope that you understand that at the end of the day, it's not intentional. We just two niggas trying to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
Um, and as always, mental health is real. Myself and Reg matter be subject matter experts when it comes down to it. But I can assure you, before you harm yourself and you harm others, please tap into Unapologetic Pod on our Facebook and or IG or our individual Facebook and or IG, and I can assure you that we will get you the help that you need. Outside of that, big dog, you already know what's going on with me. Different toilet, same shit. Oh, and by the way, shout out to all the graduates that have gone through thus far. 2025. We love you. We appreciate you. We're excited for you. Go out here and conquer the world, man. Fuck what the man say.
Yeah. Listen.
Other than that,
yeah.
Big dog, you already know what's going on with me. I'm sorry.
No, you good. It's the season. Shout out to everybody. Graduates, marriages, everything. Everybody that's like, listen, we celebrating everything. You know, I appreciate you. You know, all we do, we get on this platform, we get on these mics and talk shit. Appreciate it, man. To all the fathers, you know, happy belated Father's Day. Hopefully everyone enjoyed their Father's Day and you know, got the recognition or the love or whatever. I mean, it don't matter. No.
Yeah.
But you know, you should be. It's a day for fathers to be celebrated, so it should happen regardless of what. But that's the good fathers. That's the niggas that actually take care of and, you know, do what they supposed to do as fathers. You know, y'all niggas that have babies and get the fuck out the way, it ain't for you.
Right.
But yeah, did we? I don't know when last time we recorded. It was before my father's birthday. So yeah. Anyway, whatever. We missed. By the time we record next week, listen, we will have a new NBA champion. I think the draft will be happening by sometime. So we'll see what's going on with that. I saw the Lakers just got sold for what 10 billion or some shit like that. Something like that. I guess we'll see or have more details by that. But yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, thanks to everybody that tap in and listen to us. My family, thank y'all. I love y'all for the support and everything y'all do for us. We're gonna continue to keep pushing. Thank y'all for having patience with us. We love y'all and you know, just continue to work with us, man. We're gonna give y'all this good dope content that we got every week that we can. As Dre said, summertime is hectic for everybody. And I'm pretty sure it ain't just him because I got shit going on, you know, get hot. Niggas want to get out, shake a tail feather. Niggas want to travel, do other shit. And, you know, so it is what it is. But thank y'all for everything y'all do. As always, we're unapologetic, we're unfiltered. Y'all know who the fuck it is. Your favorite two North Carolinians. Dre, Reg, we are out of here. We'll see y'all next week.
Take it easy.
You know what it is. Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.